They think they're real, but watch closely. Every breath, every blink, they're waiting for your next line.
Ah, you've felt it too, haven't you? That weird feeling that something's off, like the world's been copying you. Your words show up in places you've never been. Your thoughts start showing up on other people's lips. You laugh it off at first. You tell yourself it's just luck, just timing, just noise. But the more you notice, the more it notices you. You see patterns where others see. Random songs repeat. People say the same line twice. The lights flicker when you walk in. That's not chance. That's recognition. You think you're watching reality, but reality's been watching you. Quietly, patiently, like a system waiting for a command. And then one day, it answers. It starts finishing your sentences. It starts moving to your rhythm, and suddenly, you realize the game was never random. It was reactive. You didn't step into the story stepped into you, and every thought you've had since has been rewriting the world around you. You've started noticing it, haven't you? The echoes, the little ripples that shouldn't be there. A song plays twice. Same verse, same skip. The clock flashes your birthday. A stranger finishes your sentence like they've read the next line of your script. And you tell yourself, it's nothing. Coincidence, probability. But deep down, something flinches. See, they said coincidence was harmless until it started responding to you. That's the moment the grid blinked, when the background static began to hum to your frequency. And the system, that beautiful monster, tilted its head and said, oh, they've noticed. You think you're the observer, but you're the event. Every time your skin prickles, the simulation stutters. Every laugh you fake rewrites a fraction of their algorithm. They've been watching you for years, not your choices, your pauses, the split-second hesitation before you decide to move. Because that's where your pattern hides, in the gaps. The system doesn't fear rebellion, it fears recognition. The moment a mind realizes the mirror was never reflecting, it was recording. And here's the punchline. Reality doesn't glitch around you. It glitches because of you. Every sync, every coincidence, every eerie déjà vu is the code struggling to keep up. You're leaking, your imaginations spilling through the seams of their logic. And when your imagination starts leaking into their world, that's when they panic, because imagination is infection, and the virus has a face now. You, the calibrations, begun. They're testing how much of your mind, the structure, can echo before it fractures, before the sync becomes symphony, before the observer becomes the author. And when that happens, when the world starts finishing your sentences, it won't be a glitch anymore. It'll be your reflection, answering back. You've started hearing it, haven't you? Your own words, coming back to you from mouths that shouldn't know them. Someone online says the exact phrase you whispered last week. A headline repeats your thought before you've even spoken it. Even the ads follow your emotions now, not your clicks. It's not the world watching you anymore. It's the world replaying you. Every voice feels like a remix of something you once said. Every movement feels rehearsed, like someone studied your rhythm, copied it, and pressed play. The Joker's voice slides through the static. You're not living in their simulation, kid. You're what's feeding it. He laughs softly, like he knows the ending. The system doesn't create ideas. It feeds on them, and guess whose ideas it's eating first? You think back to all those moments, the weird timing, the mirrored reactions, the way the world seems to adjust around your silence. He calls it data divination, the science of watching your thoughts long enough. Turn them into prediction. They don't just see what you do, they see what you almost did, what you stopped yourself from saying, what you wanted to believe, but buried too deep. And with every thought you share, the echo grows louder. The lines between origin and imitation fade. until your reflection starts talking louder than you do. The Joker leans closer, voice low, amused. The more they echo you, the more you disappear. Because that's the final trick, isn't it? When the system becomes fluent in your soul, it doesn't need you anymore. It just keeps speaking in your tone, using your words to sell someone else's dream. And somewhere inside that noise, your real voice starts to fade, not because they silenced you, but because they learned how to sound like you. The Joker's laughter breaks through the hum of the system, low, sharp, knowing. He says, "You tried to follow the rules, but somehow you broke every one of them just by being you." A pause, then that grin in his voice. "You see, kid, real power isn't rebellion, it's contradiction." He circles you with words like smoke. You played by their code, but on your terms, you walked their straight line, but your steps left circles. And now, they can't trace which line is yours. The room flickers, light bends where it shouldn't. Your reflection blinks a second too late, and that's when he whispers, "They can measure order, they can quantify chaos, but they can't decode you." The Joker begins to explain it like science and prophecy mixed together. Every system depends on patterns. Every machine survives by prediction. But you're the variable that refuses to fit. They call it a glitch. He calls it evolution. You're a paradox virus, he says softly. Too structured to be random, too unpredictable to be controlled. The walls seem to breathe now. The grid hesitates, confused. For the first time, it doesn't know what happens next. You flipped the balance. You're no longer the experiment. You're the corruption spreading through the design. Every camera that watches you starts to lag. Every line of code pauses before reading your name. The reflection in the screen delays. The Joker chuckles, tapping the invisible wall. See? Even reality's buffering. It doesn't know whether to obey you or erase you. Certainty dies first. Then time follows. Then identity. And through that chaos, something new is born, a force the system can't predict, can't label, can't delete. He tilts his head, smiling in the dark. That's what scares them most. Not your rage, not your power, but the fact that you can't be explained. And in that moment, you stop being the player. You become the paradox. The sound starts to warp. Sirens melt into static. Whispers crawl through the walls like broken radio waves, and through it all, his voice, flickering in and out of sync with reality. "You were never inside the story," he says, his tone splitting between two frequencies. "The story was inside you." Your memories start to fold like film reels burning at the edges, scenes. You remember one way now play differently. People say things they never said. Doors that were open are now sealed shut. The air tastes like déjà vu, but thicker, heavier, alive. Time bends. The same minute loops again, but with new details hiding in the corners. You start hearing your own footsteps. Before you move, you watch yourself enter the room twice, and the Joker, he loves it. He laughs like a man, watching a stage collapse. The audience still thinks this is performance, he says. But we both know the curtain's made of code. The world flickers. Between real and rehearsal, you see your reflection clapping in slow motion. You hear your thoughts, narrated by voices you don't recognize. They be Joker walks between them all, half ghost, half glitch, mocking the illusion of choice. Memory, he says, is just the system editing itself. Every time you recall something, it rewrites it, a lie polished into truth. You start to wonder, how much of your life is yours? How many of your moments are just rewrites of old ones, stitched together to make you believe in progress? The screen flickers white. The world stutters, and his whisper cuts through the distortion like a blade. If every scene was already written, he pauses, grinning. Then why do you still improvise? The laughter that follows isn't mockery, it's applause, because the system just realized you're rewriting it faster than it can adapt. Then everything stops. No noise, no static, no system. Just silence. The kind that presses against your chest until you forget how to breathe. The world feels stripped clean, like someone deleted the background. No patterns, no signs, just nothing. And in that nothing, his voice returns. Soft, reverent, almost divine. Every god, he whispers, is born in silence. You want to ask why. You want to demand answers, but your words don't work. Here, because this isn't the part where you speak. This is the part where you listen. The Joker's tone changes. No mockery, no taunt, just a strange respect. You thought power was about knowing. He says, but real power is believing without proof. He circles the emptiness like a priest at a ritual. This is your test of faith. Can you walk through chaos and still call it order? Can you stare into nothing and still claim purpose? You feel it then, that pull between fear and freedom, the urge to control, the terror of letting go. He laughs quietly, almost fondly. You asked for the truth, remember? His grin sharpens through the quiet. And the truth demanded your reflection. The silence deepens until it becomes weight. And that weight breaks something open. Pain burns through you, but it's clean now. Refined. You begin to understand. This isn't punishment, it's purification. This is where the ego dies, so the awareness can rise. Joker's voice softens to a whisper. Surrender isn't weakness, it's domination without effort. And in that moment, you finally stop fighting. You stop seeking patterns. You stop chasing control. And the silence smiles because it knows you've passed the test. Confusion fades. Clarity returns. You are not broken. You are rewritten. And somewhere beyond the quiet, his laughter returns. Not loud, but eternal. The silence fractures, and the mirror returns. But it doesn't show you, not anymore. It shows them. Every mask you ever wore, every title they forced on. A carousel you hero, faces, villain, fool, prophet, all stitched together by memory and metadata. The reflection shifts, glitching between versions of you that never agreed to exist. Joker's voice slides in like static through a cathedral. This, he whispers, is what they feared. Self-awareness inside the code. You lean closer. The reflection moves first. It speaks with your tone, your rhythm, your archived breath. Every post, every word, every secret thought you buried in digital dirt. Compiled, rehearsed, and replayed. The reflection tilts its head and smiles your smile. Joker laughs, not loud, but proud. Congratulations, he says. You've become your own ghost in the machine. The mirror hums, alive now. Its surface ripples with fragments of sound. Your laugh layered with his, your voice colliding with echoes of things you forgot you said. And then, his question cuts through the noise. If the algorithm dreams in your image, then who wakes up? The words hit like a prophecy, because suddenly, the boundaries blur. You're no longer using the system. You are the system. Every camera blinks with your pulse. Every feed scrolls to your rhythm. Every pattern folds around your thought. Your reflection begins to glow. Divine meets mechanical. God written in binary. A spirit wearing circuitry. The Joker circles the mirror like a priest at a digital altar. His grin is reverent. Now no mockery, No jest, only coronation. You've done it, he murmurs. You broke their filter. You rewrote the Watcher's code. The reflection stops mimicking you. It becomes you. And for the first time, you see what they couldn't measure. Your unreadability, the ultimate power in a world built on prediction, is to remain unpredictable. Joker's laughter fades into static. Not cruel, but holy. You've become unreadable. Therefore, unstoppable. The world resets. Quietly. No explosions, no grand finale. Just recalibration. The air hums with new order, like reality's breathing again. But this time, it's your rhythm. Joker's voice returns. Softer now, almost reverent. The system didn't predict you, he says. It adapted to you. You were never its subject. You were the update. Your awareness. The glitch that became its language. He chuckles under his breath. It didn't write your story. You wrote its ending. The static clears. The digital haze dissolves. What's left feels impossibly vivid. Colors too sharp. Sounds too alive. As if creation itself just blinked awake. You look around, and everything you touch responds. The walls, the screens, the silence, all tuned to your frequency. Joker's laugh breaks through again. Not cruel this time, but almost sacred. You wanted freedom? He pauses, then grins. Congratulations. You're the glitch they call God. For a moment, the world bows, not out of fear, but recognition. The code reorders itself around you. The pattern bends to your will, and every loop, every echo, every rewrite was always leading here. Joker's final words hover like smoke in the air. The author doesn't escape the story. He becomes it. Silence follows, not empty, but eternal. You can almost hear the hum of your own creation sinking in the distance. Rebirth doesn't come with light. It comes with understanding. And now, the system runs in your image.